77-78 NHL season for the Minnesota North Stars was a rough one. They lost their identity by being forced to merge with the Cleveland Barons to keep their future prospects open. But within 5 years, they were at Stanley Cup Finals with Bobby Smith, Steve Payne, McAdam, Jean Marache, everybody else. But this guy helped stabilize the squad before he moved on to Vancouver. Probably one of the most underrated Swedish players of all time. He played for 2 decades at the highest levels in North America and Sweden, and eventually became probably one of the better rookies of the late 1970s, even though technically he wasn't because he played in Sweden for all those years. Now, Per-Olov Brasar, born in Falun, Sweden, September 30th, 1950, was a 5'8", 172-pound left winger. Now, he played mostly with the Leksands program in Sweden, but eventually played 348 games in the NHL with the Stars and the Canucks. Now, internationally, he was also a major factor. He represented Sweden at 5 World Championships and the 76 Canada Cup. Now, he first came to major prominence all the way back in 1965. Again, 13 years before debuted in the NHL with the Leksands IF Junior 18 squad. I think at the time he had just turned 14. Now, played with them for 2 years, moved on to the under 20 team in 67, 68, 69, then moved to the big team in 1970. First year, he had 14 points in 27 games, and over the next few campaigns, extremely consistent, which saw his numbers increase almost every year. 11, 11, 15, 17, 19, 10, and 23 goals. Then 19, 18, 22, 28, 42, and 22 points. And of course, the 41 points in the career season in 76, where he had 23 goals and 18 assists. 77. Now, Minnesota North Stars, he moved to them for the start of the 78 season, had probably one of the best rookie campaigns, not a very dirty player, only took 6 minutes and penalties, 20 goals, 37 assists for 57 points. Now, second year in Minnesota's production went down, 34 points in 68 games. In 1980, he found himself out of Minnesota and all the way to the west coast of Vancouver. Now, the Vancouver years were tremendous for him because he helped the Canucks make it to the Stanley Cup Finals in 82. Best campaign with Vancouver was actually a career year for Major Pro. He had 63 points in 1981 with 22 assists in 41 games. Now, his numbers with Vancouver really tailed off in 82 with some injuries, of course. 18 points in 53 games. 83, he found himself back with Leksand and again the Swedish League, 15 points in 35 games, and then shifted over to the Swedish number 2 league with More IK in 84, 17 points in 26 games. Now, final totals in the NHL, not too bad. 64 goals, 142 assists for 206 points, and in the Sweden leagues, 119 goals, 221 points, and 280 games. Playoff totals NHL 1, 2, 3 in 13 games, and in the Swedish League 4, 6, 10 in 9 games. Now, internationally, his big year for Team Sweden was 74. His rookie campaign at the Worlds, 9 points in 9 games, and again the 77 World Championships, 11 points in 10 games. We just have to remind everybody about 76 in that short tournament. I think they had about 10 or 15 former, current, and future NHLers in the lineup. And if I'm not mistaken, he might have played under the defensive core for that game. Again, 1 assist in 5 games there. But Per-Olov, it was either feast or famine. When he was on, he'd get 20, 25 goals. If not, he'd, 7 to 10 goals. But like I said, a very gentlemanly player. He played, if I'm not mistaken, over 650 goals at the games at the elite level. He only had 94 minutes of penalties. NHL, he only had 33 minutes in 348 games, and the only major, I think, was in 1980 for Vancouver. And he still remains a fan favorite in Vancouver because you had the the European influence with Alinka, and I think Lars Lindgren was around at the time, and different players. But Per-Olov, I do remember a game he played against Montreal, and I still say if he would have not had left Minnesota mid of the 1980 season, maybe Minnesota would have went deeper in the playoffs after being Montreal. But obviously, the opening season and the rough numbers in the second campaign kind of maybe told him he's over the hill, but he didn't show that in Vancouver. So again, a great campaign as a pro, and again, 20 years at the elite level, just tremendous. So if you're a big fan of Per-Olov, or you want to talk about Swedish sports, hockey, give us a like, comment, or subscribe, and go online to YouTube to see the Team Sweden games at the Canada Cup, or what is now called the World Cup. You won't regret it. A very, very interesting team for Team Sweden in '76. Thanks for listening. Bye.